Hi, this is Dr. Jonathan Spages. I put videos together to help people who are diabetic or know someone who's diabetic. And the reason for that is I've had a tremendous success rate helping thousands of patients reverse diabetes, literally walk in my office full-blown diabetic, and after a short period of time walk out non-diabetic. I take a very unique approach, and it's been obviously proven many times to actually help people who are diabetic see an improvement. Lessen their medication across the board. Tons of energy, lose weight without exercise, avoid complications and things of that nature. Okay, so in this particular video, I want to discuss really one of the key fundamentals of actually reversing diabetes. And what that fundamental is that you have to be able to go after what's really causing your diabetes and not actually treating the symptoms. Okay, so let me give you the example here. If we look at diabetes kind of like an iceberg, where, if you look at an iceberg, right, and if you even look at, if you have a drink in front of you, you have ice there, right, you'll see that just a small part of the actual ice cube or iceberg actually sticks out on top, okay, meaning like you see very little of the iceberg actually on top. Well, that's kind of like what diabetes is, right? The symptoms of diabetes, the blood pressure, the cholesterol, the high blood sugar levels, the weight gain, that's really what's on top of the iceberg, right? It's a very small portion. It's very simple to see. You obviously see someone overweight. You could simply check your glucometer and see your blood sugar level up. But that's not what the cause of the iceberg is. The cause of the iceberg and why that little piece is on top is the bottom of the iceberg, which is where majority of the problems are. Well, that's just like diabetes. See, when you have cholesterol issues or blood pressure issues or blood sugar issues, that's a symptom of the actual condition. Your metabolism is broken, okay? But the metabolism is a very complex system, right? The body is a complex system. And in order to really find out why you really have that symptom, right, the top of that iceberg, you have to go to the bottom. You have to really dig underneath the bottom, really figure out what's down there. The challenge and the problem that people run into in America, in our healthcare system, is that no one's really digging below the surface. No one's really going below the surface and saying, hey, what's down there, right? What's really going on underneath the surface? And that's the only way that you figure out why you're diabetic in the first place. You have to dig under the surface. And the way I do that, doing the methodology and the approach I take, is I literally take a person, turn them upside down, shake them all out, and I actually look to find out what's underneath their condition. What is there below the surface that's causing their diabetes, right? Is it organ dysfunction? Is it an infection? Is the adrenal glands not working? Is it roundworm, tapeworm, hookworm, fungus, yeast, parasite? What is causing that little top of the iceberg, the symptoms of the diabetes, the blood pressure, the cholesterol, and everything else? And I'll tell you where really it is pretty awesome is that when you really discover what's on the bottom of a person's diabetes, that's where the magic happens. It's below the surface, right? It's when you start seeing, when you find the root reason why someone's a diabetic through very comprehensive testing, and you start seeing that person's real physiology, what's going on, what's making those numbers up, and you put a plan together, a customized plan, a plan just for you or just for your loved one that really shows, okay, this is the reason why they're sick. This is what we need to do. We need to do this. We need to do this. And then you start literally holding them by the hand. They start walking out of the disease and they see improvements, right? Where they go back to their doctor and the doctor says, listen, I can't believe your blood sugar levels are as good as it is. Your cholesterol levels are good. Your blood pressure is normal, right? That's really the path that a person sees improvements on. And that's what I've been doing for a very long time. So if you're interested, I put a webinar together. Check out the webinar. At the end of the webinar, there's an opportunity to work with me. You have to be invited to that particular appointment, and I'll explain how to do that and so forth. Okay, so I hope you understand that you really have to get down to the cause and the root of your problem, and there's a very specific way to do it. So check out the webinar, and if you have any questions, reach out to us. But I hope you or your loved one really get a benefit from watching this video, so your life could change as well as theirs. All right, so thank you so much for watching.